Well, hey there, everybody. This is a little tutorial for those of you who have a Mac and want to be able to create these web pages and these assignments using either a desktop or a laptop that is running the Mac OS. So there's a little, you can do it just fine. Everything will work just the same. All of the editing that we'll do is going to be exactly the same with one little extra step that you're going to need to do to create that and get that to happen. So the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to create a new folder on the desktop and call that, it's going to want to do that, mine's now hidden, you're going to want to call that website 2. All right, so you have that and nothing's in it. So let's start to make our general page. I'm giving you all of the source code that what you'll need to do, and then you'll be tweaking that and getting things to work the way that you want. So the first thing you have to do is you have to open up that text edit. Where is that? If you click on Launchpad and simply type in text edit, there it is. If you open up that, that's going to open up this document, and it looks like this. This is just a word processing editor, and it's real simple. It's real basic. You change the font and the style and all that usual stuff. But it thinks that you want to use this as a word editor, a light version of Microsoft Word or Google Docs, for example. And we don't. We want to use this as a code editor, an HTML editor. So we have to strip out all of this extra stuff that's happening. So the first thing that I want to do is I need to go to Format and choose this guy here called Make Plain Text. And if I do that, all of a sudden that menu bar that goes away, the ruler goes away, and all of the tabs that might be there, those are gone as well. Now I need the source code, and I've given that to you on the Moodle page. If you scroll down to step-by-step directions to create a web page, this is the guy that you're going to want to open. This is on how to do it on a Chromebook, but one of the things that I give you is the source code itself for this raw HTML. That's this guy here. All you have to do is select it, Command-C, come back over to Text Edit, Command-V, and there it is. If you want to change the color, the font, and all that kind of stuff, feel free. So now I have this. It's not titled. It thinks that it's a word processing document, and I think it's going to save it as a .txt file. Maybe Word Text Edit has its own extension, but we need to change that. So we're going to go to File and go to Save. And I'm going to now, I want to navigate to that document. And mom is this guy. And desktop. That's not where I want to put it. There we go. So there's desktop, and if I scroll down to the bottom, oh, there's website 2. That's the folder where I want to put it. The name is important. We're going to call this index, lowercase, index.html. So I'm going to specify that this is a web page, and this guy is checked here that if no extension, it's going to create its own extension to that. So I'm adding it, so it's going to say, oh, I'm not a text file, I'm a web page. And so we're going to click on Save at this point. And it's saying, hey, wait a second, you're changing that. Are you sure you want to do it? Yep, I want to use HTML, and it's there. If I navigate over to my website folder, here it is, website 2. Here is my index page. I can right click, I can choose open with, and I can there's text edit. I can open it up in its editor, or I can just double click on it. And I think the default browser is, there it is. So here's my page as an HTML document, nice and neat and tidy. There is a second page that I also asked people to create, which is on the schedule. And if you could create that page as well, follow that exact same format. Open up, text edit, paste in the code that I provide you, save it as, I think it's called greeting.html, and save that to your website folder. You'll be set to jet. There's an image folder that needs to get created as well. You can do that. That's exactly the same. Open this up, right click, choose new folder, call this images. That's been created, and you're going to be putting in a folder, an image into that to get that to work. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, it didn't quite work, feel free to email me, and I'll be more than happy to help you get situated. All right, that's it. I hope you're good, and I'll see you on the flip side.